99 Nights in the Forest is the most popular game on Roblox right now. So naturally, I'm bringing it to Minecraft. In this video, you'll see iconic characters like the deer, the lost children, and even a special intergalactic guest. Now it's time to get voluntarily swallowed by the deer, because that's where our base is. Now, before we start anything else, we need to get our campfire going, which I'm gonna do using the stripped oak logs and some flint and steel to light it on fire. I'm also gonna go ahead and turn my fire damage off because I definitely don't wanna burn down my deer. And since technically our fire is not leveled all the way up, we've only unlocked half the map. Now, since the deer doesn't actually attack on night 1, we can build our base out a little bit. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and pretend I've cut down a ton of trees, so we have plenty of wood for the campfire. We also probably need a couple more fuel sources. And since I don't actually have a fuel can mod in Minecraft, I'm gonna just place coal everywhere. Bunnies! Oh my goodness! You know it has to happen. Wait, sick! At least we got a rabbit's foot out of it. Now, killing rabbits is actually super important in the game, so over in this corner, I'm gonna place down some rabbit plushies with some rabbit meat and a rabbit's foot to represent that. Another incredibly iconic part of this game is rescuing the missing kids. But I'm sure I won't actually have to rescue any missing kids in this video. And since I want to be super accurate to the game, I'm also gonna go ahead and add a blueprint down on this side. And I'll feed the scraps to the fire. Whoa, our campfire leveled up. That means we've got more of the map. Wait, no way, is that a pelt trader? Oh my gosh, look at his outfit. It is exactly the same as in the game. They even got his little hat. So do you actually trade? Oh, perfect. Okay, well, I don't actually have anything right now, so let me just BRB real quick and get some rabbit's feet. Okay, out of all of that bunny killing, I literally only got 1 rabbit's foot, so please give me something good for my rabbit's foot. Okay, I understand the sack and the axe, but what do I do with these candles? No, he's gone! Oh my gosh, this is just like the game. I wonder if the candles have anything to do with the room we're doing next, which is down this really spooky hallway. It feels like we're actually navigating the forest. Obviously, the deer gets his own special room in here, so since the deer is so good at jump scaring us during the night, we need it to be a little darker in here. I'll start by putting the deer right over here on this wall. So in the game, there's a cutscene where the cultists are all surrounding the deer and being super creepy. It's kind of like they're worshiping it. I guess that's why they're in a cult. So I think I'm gonna stack several of the cultists right over here so it looks like that cutscene. Wait, that is so creepy! And look at how good this cultist skin is, except the horns. But it is Minecraft, so there's only so much you can do. Now, these walls are looking a little bit naked, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and put some trees right in the corner. In 99 Nights in the Forest, you can also find fuel sources like coal and also scrap metal just laying around. So I'll add some of that for a little extra realism. Wait, rescue a missing child? I have to do that? Dino Kid, I'm on my way. But first, at least let me get an iron body and a better axe. Wait, oh my gosh, a map. Look, and at the top there's an X. I bet that's where the first child is. Let's go save a child. It's really spooky in these woods. But according to my map, I'm not super far off. Hey, I even see myself on the map now. Hey, there's the bunker. Yep, this is it. There's the X on top. At least there's no wolves out here for me to have to fight. And there's Dino Kid. He is suspiciously happy. All right, child, this is a stick up. Get in the bag. Yeah, we can pretend he's in the bag. Let's head back to the deer so we can build this little guy a room. The creepiness of my deer build is not lost on me, I promise. This is one of the craziest things I've ever built. Oh, the campfire leveled up again, and the map grew. All we need is one more little hoof. Now let's find a place to put this child. I do have an extra room right over here, but it's not decorated yet, so I think I'll put Dino Kid right over here. Stay right there, okay? I'm talking to it like it's gonna move. Hey, Dino Kid, you wanna see a magic trick? 1, 2, 3! Ta-da! Now your room is just as red as your prison once was. I didn't think to consider that this might be a bit traumatizing for him. Well, regardless, you're gonna need somewhere to sleep, so I'll go ahead and place a bed right here, and I'll go ahead and give you a bedside table. And I wanna make his room as close to what he's used to as possible, so I'll go ahead and put a bookshelf here with a bunch of books. Now, I'm the type of girl that pays really close attention to detail, so in that case, I'm gonna also include the upside down rainbow. Do you like it, Dino Kid? Listen, I'm fully aware I'm talking to a doll, but building a 99 Nights in the Forest house will make a girl go crazy! So this is our current reality. But I'm not some sort of monster. I'm not just gonna leave Dino Kid with no actual toys to play with. See, now you have a boat and some other toys to play with. And I'm also not gonna leave him hungry. I'm gonna make sure he has plenty of substance. Yeah, so what, they're all potatoes. I don't know what children eat. I'm sure he likes potatoes. It'll be fine. Wait, you thought I was just gonna leave a child unattended in a house alone? No way! Now the Dino child is safely tucked away behind my iron bars. Man, what kind of losers would lock up a child? That's right, cultists. Since the Cultist King lives in the volcanic biome, I chose basalt for the walls and the floor. And I'm also using dead bushes to mimic the dead trees. There's absolutely nothing that makes a volcanic biome, more volcanic than lava. I also think I want it to be flowing out of this hole into the lava pool. I think over here on this wall, I want to add a picture of the cultist mansion with a couple cultists on each side. And since cultists are always invading our space and attacking us at our base, I'm gonna go ahead and add their weapons right beside them. We're pretending that arrow is a spear, okay? Okay, so I don't think the cultists actually have this in their mansion, but I want to add little skull fairy lights. I just think they're too cute not to. Well, maybe cute's not exactly the right word. I mean, they're definitely giving dead. Honestly, the only good thing about actually being in a cultist stronghold is that the deer doesn't spawn. Granted, it's probably because we're about to get murked by the cultist king, so he doesn't actually even need to try to kill us. But the cultist king is not the only thing we have to look out for in the volcanic biome. Yep, we also have the ram who wants to kill us with his horns, and a bunch of scorpions who want to kill us with their tail. Basically, everything's trying to kill you in this game. So you know how summoning the Wither requires 3 Wither skulls? What, you actually thought I was gonna summon a Wither in my base? No way! You similarly need 4 different cultist gems in order to summon the cultist king. And although I don't exactly have cultist gems in Minecraft, I can use these red rooms to mimic it. And then once you place down all of the gems, you spawn in the Cultist King. And to be honest, the rest is probably history. And typically I get 1 shot and don't want to use all my Robux to respawn. The only way I don't actually die to the Cultist King is if I have a ray gun. And thanks to the alien update, now I can get one. The cutscene where the aliens abducted the cultists while they were eating cake was so funny. I want the very center of this room to look like the teleportation device on the mothership. I actually love the art style of these aliens. I mean, look at his big green head. And this one has a freaking katana. When you enter onto the mothership, you are greeted by like 100 billion aliens. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a bunch of aliens. Now I know technically these aren't the actual aliens, but I really couldn't find that skin on Minecraft, so I found the next best thing. Now if by some miracle you do manage to actually beat all the aliens, you get a purple chest. Maddie, what's in the chest, you might ask? Well, I don't actually know. I have not gotten that far. I bet there's other secret rooms on the mothership that have really sketchy alien stuff. I don't know, like test tubes that they hold players in and stuff. Another bizarre alien thing could probably be that they have just extra antennas laying around. Ooh, I'm an alien! Now, since their alien ship did crash in the forest, it's probably worth adding a bunch of overgrown vines to signify that it's been there for a while. Also, near the mothership crash, there's a ton of scrap metal laying around, and picking it up can be really useful. Since the alien update, there's also 2 new classes. The alien class, and for the low price of 1 kidney, the cyborg class. I definitely haven't played as that one yet. Wait, rescue another child? But I was just in the middle of... fine. But first, I'm gonna channel my inner alien. I should probably check and see if there's a map to get to that kid, though. Wait, there is! Oh, sick, and it's right in the middle of the map, too. I don't think this is very far from where we're currently at. And if my calculations are correct, it should be right in front of us. Yes, we made it to the 2nd bunker. Don't worry, child, I'm here to rescue you. Oh, no. I'm not actually an alien. I mean, I am here to abduct you, but in a rescue-y type of way. Oof, look at the eye bags. It's definitely giving traumatized. Don't worry, child. It's much less traumatizing in my pouch. Yes, I don't guess I need this anymore. I guess no campfire level up. All right, Squid Kid, I'm gonna go ahead and stick you in this room with the Dino Kid. You two play nice now. That didn't sound good. Am I gonna have to separate you two? Well, I guess my kids have finally outgrown sharing a room. But honestly, that's so real. I hated sharing a room with my sibling. They would always get into my stuff. Okay, Squid Child, since you started the fight, you are now in air jail until further notice. I have a confession, guys. I don't actually rescue the children when I play 99 Nights in the Forest by myself. If I'm playing with a group, usually they rescue them for me. But I always die to the alpha wolves when I try and do it on my own. But luckily for this little guy, we're not actually in 99 Nights. I think I'll go ahead and put his bed right here, his little bookshelf right over here, and the bedside cabinet with a bunch of stacks of books. I would ask when they get the time to read all of these, but they're kind of prisoners in a bunker most of their lives, so they have plenty of time. Now, the Squid Kid in particular really likes blocks. This child is also super into art, and one of his favorite art subjects to draw oddly enough, is the deer. So we'll give him a little spot for his art therapy. Who knows, maybe that's how he processes his trauma. What, you didn't think I was gonna leave him in air jail forever, did you? No, he got out early on good behavior. And I feel like it's only fitting to give him a couple squid plushies since that's like his whole thing, right? And of course, I have to make sure he has plenty of food. And now I will lock him up to make sure he doesn't escape. Get out and hurt himself. Because I definitely don't want him wandering into this next room. Since there's a common theme of bosses that can kill me just by looking at me, why not include the Frog King? The Frog Chamber is so hard to find already because you have to find a special purple swirly pond. And even worse, there's like a ton of purple frogs at that pond, which if you didn't know, are really hard to kill. And then once you do finally kill them, and let's say by a miracle you actually do kill them, they turn into blue frogs, which, believe it or not, then turn into green frogs. It's like a Russian nesting doll situation of frogs. Let's say you found the pond, killed all the frogs, and finally made it into the chamber. You still wouldn't be able to get in because you need frog keys. Worst revelation ever. So then you have to go all the way back to all the other ponds, unalive a couple frogs, and get all the frog keys. And then, finally when you get all of the frog keys you need, you get to unlock the chamber and meet the Frog King. And to represent his royalty, I'll put a crown right there on the rock. Now let's be realistic. The Frog King probably murked you upon first glance, and if not him, then his little purple pals. But let's say, by the grace of the Lord, you managed to beat the Frog King. You get an awesome frog chest with poison spears, a Beastmaster badge, and some awesome poison armor, which I might consider wearing if it was pink. Wow! Dino Kid, dude, what are you doing? How did you even get out of the cell? Room. And why do you have a diamond sword and a flint and steel? Come on, child, back to your bedroom. Oh my gosh, raising children is so hard. Okay, there you go, and stay put. Stay right there. Oh, look at him, he's so unbothered just doing his art. Unbothered is not the word I would use for this next room, because it's the owl room. So I know technically the owl doesn't spawn in the snow biome, but I wanted to include the owl plus the snow biome, so I figured why not combine them? One of the coolest things about the owl is it's an OG boss alongside the deer. And before you guys yell at me, obviously I'm not gonna forget one of the most important mobs in the snow biome, the mammoth, which we'll get to him more in a second. First, I need to get this place looking a little bit more like the snow biome. And to make it look like there's snow on top of the tree, I'm gonna use carpet. And some carpet around the trunk of the tree too. Now, in the ice biome, there are definitely a bunch of icicle clusters around. So I'll use these little clusters to represent that. I'm also gonna build some really big ice clusters that have really pointy tops. I'll also put some snow around them. There's absolutely no shortage of mobs in the snow biome. You have ice slimes, snow zombies, frost golems, snow wolves, and snow foxes. But the mob I care the most about is the mammoth. Now, in 99 Nights in the Forest, the way to tame this guy is with a flute. But since I don't have a flute, we're gonna use a microphone. I'm sure a little karaoke can tame the mammoth. We also obviously can't forget about the pumpkins in the cake. You need 10 pumpkins and 5 cake. Test 1, 2, is this thing on? Eat this treat and hear my plea. Tell these friends to subscribe to me. Thank you, thank you. It did not work on the mammoth, but hopefully it worked on you. See, this is why I don't actually rescue the missing children in 99 Nights. It totally takes away from progress. But Maddie, you have to save the children. They're out there alone and scared. Yeah, you're probably right. I probably should feel kind of bad about that. Okay, fine. Where are we going? This is kind of in the middle of nowhere. But Maddie never abandons a child, except in all of those other circumstances I just talked about. I've never actually had to swim to rescue a child before. But wait, I'm almost there. According to my calculations, we should be, oh, we're here. Don't worry, Kraken child, I'm on my way. Oh, hello? You aren't exactly who I was expecting. Is there a Kraken child in here anywhere? No, okay. Well, I guess you'll do. Get in the bag then? Maybe these children are starting to mess with me because that literally was a baby villager, not one of the children. I don't know, maybe he just didn't look how I expected him to look. Oh, sick! The campfire leveled up again. And we've got our entire build on the map. This is where we currently are. His spine is our hallway. I've got 2 rooms in both of his cheeks, 2 rooms in his shoulders, and then a bunch of rooms in the torso area. Yes, I know, probably one of my most creative builds. Hey, you guys told me to stop building houses. Okay, I'm very confused whether to make this like a villager room or a Squid Kid room. I think I'll go ahead and still make it Squid Kid themed, so I'll use yellow on the walls to best emulate that. Okay, child, you have your bed, your bookshelf, you have blocks, toys, even your weird upside down rainbow. Is there anything else you want? I think he means a gem of the forest. And I haven't found any of those yet, so he's fresh out of luck. This next room is actually based off of one of my fave videos of the cooking class. LankyBox posted this cooking class video where they made every secret recipe in the game and unlocked a super sick special ending, which I may or may not also be showing. I'm gonna start off by adding a picture of the thumbnail from that video. I think I want my cooking area to be right over here, and then I'll have a little picnic area on this side. Starting with the kitchen area, I need to start with a big wraparound counter because we're gonna be cooking a ton of stuff. Now, when you get cooking class, you get a super special crock pot, and it's red, but I don't exactly have a red crock pot, so we're using a grill. I'm also gonna put this cauldron here with lava inside to represent a regular crock pot. And we can go ahead and put some rabbit soup on to boil. I wanna add some pillars around my kitchen to match what LankyBox did in his video. And obviously some fairy lights to really bring it all home. Let me just stick this right here. I'm ready. The first recipe we're making is carrot cake. I have to cut the carrots, add the sugar, and roll out some dough, and then throw all of that into the oven that they definitely do have in 99 Nights in the Forest. And then you have a carrot cake, which we'll put right here. Next recipe in our culinary experience is gonna be pumpkin soup, which was really hard for LankyBox to do. I mean, I totally get why it's hard to do. In 99 Nights in the Forest, you never really can be sure if you're gonna actually grow some pumpkins or not. I really hope I get some pumpkins grown. Oof, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get any. Oh, sick, look, pumpkins! Wait, what the heck? Oh my gosh! Infinite pumpkins! I've created the infinite pumpkin glitch. Well, since I did the unlimited pumpkin glitch, I have a lot of pumpkins, which means there's absolutely no shortage of pumpkin soup. Now for one of the most fun recipes, jelly jars, which I don't exactly remember how to make in 99 Nights in the Forest, but the way to make them in Minecraft is to squish a jellyfish and milk a slime. So, if you'll excuse me really quick. R.I.P. Mr. Jellyfish. But at least we got a ton of jellies out of it. Now for a little steak dinner. I don't love that they mean wolf steak dinner, but that's one of the ingredients. More ingredients are carrots and potatoes. If you put all those together, you get a steak dinner. And the last recipe is ribs, but unfortunately I don't actually have those in Minecraft, so I'm gonna just use some meatloaf. And now for the special cooking class ending. We'll start with the picnic table, and we'll go ahead and extend the posts out. Obviously, we want to extend the fairy lights out as well. And now we'll add some food to the table. Can you tell what the secret ending is yet? If you guessed that all the baddies in 99 Nights in the Forest were actually kind to each other and had a meal together, then you'd be right. And they each have a favorite food. The frog likes pumpkin soup, the owl likes cake, the deer likes jelly, and the ram likes, meatloaf. Man, people do not give cooking class enough credit. This next class is also super underrated. Wait, now? I was just about to do another room. Ugh, fine. Well, on the bright side, at least it's the last kid we have to rescue. And on an even brighter side, the map leads us directly there. And by directly there, I mean it's broken. The map I was given is broken. Fortunately, I'm a very lucky wanderer because there it is. Hello, koala girl. Oh, hello. You know, I'll never understand the smile. Like, I've read You're the Most Traumatized Child and you're smiling. Wait, maybe it's that kind of trauma where they're just like going crazy. All right, child, get in the bag. I'm taking you to somewhere much nicer than this. The inside of a deer's mouth. And honestly, I think the only other rooms available are upstairs. Welcome to your new home. No, I'm just kidding. There, that's so much better. Oh, and I almost forgot, a little koala plushie. You can maybe use that for all the trauma. Come to think of it, that's literally the first time I've ever rescued all 4 children. Now, where was I? That's right, the farmer classroom. The farmer class is super important because you need a lot of food in order to cook all your recipes. Plus, you need to, like, stay alive. Wow, I wish carrots grew this fast in 99 Nights in the Forest. I think over here in the corners, I want to put a bunch of hay. And then some barrels of carrots because, you know, we are carrot farmers. Duh. And I'll also go ahead and sprinkle some bunnies around. Have you guys ever seen those tier lists where they rank the different classes in 99 Nights in the Forest? Well, I looked it up, and a very popular rank for the farmer is B, which kind of surprised me a little bit. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. But I'll tell you which class is ranked the worst. The Decorator class. But I'm actually convinced I can make you like the Decorator class. When you first spawn in, you're given a hammer, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay this hammer right here. Now to start decorating my base. These logs aren't exactly the same as 99 Nights in the Forest, but I'm actually pleased with how they're turning out. One of the Decorator's perks is that they actually get to move furniture around. Plus, I might be a little biased considering I do a lot of decorating in Minecraft. Even though I don't really get the Decorator class super often, I think it's severely underrated. All right, and now that our base is super impenetrable, well, except for the giant hole behind us, we can start to decorate. I'll go ahead and put my bed right here, and then I think I want to have a little pink fence right over here, which is where I'll have my farm plot. I also think I'll add a couple mushrooms. Ooh, some bushes would be nice. And it's kind of getting cramped in my base, so I probably should start utilizing some of the wall space. I think right down here is where I'll put my crock pot, where I can cook my yummy soup, and I'll put my carrots right beside it. And then I can't forget about my hammer. There's also something so special about the simple pleasures in this game. Like, for example, you can have little flower pots. Because who doesn't need to smell a couple fresh roses when you're being chased to your death by a deer? One of my favorite things to do is add balloons all over my base, because then it feels like a party all the time. And while my comrades are risking their lives saving the children, getting ran over by deers, rams, I'm over here having a little party. And obviously we can't forget the fairy lights. And then to make it the best room ever, some art of the Frog King. Now tell me Decorator class is not the coolest. Okay, fine, I know it's not the coolest, but it definitely isn't the most horrible. I know I'm not the only one out there that is currently obsessed with 99 Nights in the Forest. And I love that I can love both Roblox and Minecraft. Let me know which room was your favorite. And if you liked the video, make sure to subscribe. Bye!